Greetings, sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. This is Body-Culinary, and I'm checking in today. I want to know what kind of bags are you taking to the market for your recyclable bags, recycled bags, reusable produce bags. I want to see your bags. Show me your bags. It's nice to have cute things that really inspire us, right, to get into action around the things that we value. So I collect that. There's certain things I'm in love with. Juicers, mortar and pestles, traditional food prep tools, and I love lunch bags and reusable totes. So this is my latest one that I just found, and I got a couple other here of my favorites in here. So show off your reusable bags. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm Body-Culinary, personal trainer, professional chef, and I love a natural lifestyle as close as I can get to it in the times that we're living in. And on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance, celebrating and appreciating the unique features I have been divinely assigned while here in this earth suit, right, in this human suit. I also love to share 3 leverage lifestyle practices that give you so much more back for the investment of your time and attention. And those are garden therapy, peaceful consumption, consuming food that loves you back, doesn't leave a lot of waste on your waistline, your cells can recognize it. And then also a personal movement practice, either starting or reactivating a personal movement practice. These are deeply, deeply therapeutic lifestyle practices that will serve you all the way into your hair is white. They're going to give you so much back. And they're what I call my primary health insurance. There's medical insurance, and then there's health insurance. So I put a lot of my time and energy and my investment into my health insurance. So those are the kind of things I share on this channel. If you're interested in that kind of content, tune in. Feel free to hit the notification bell so you will know whenever I go live. There's a lot of videos on this channel. There's a puppet series, Sister Butterfly and Sister Monkey Learn to Eat Better. There are relaxation videos. I am an early riser. There's a link on the channel for Flowah Fit coaching and community. So there's community. If you want to come together and share what you're growing in your garden, the foods that you're eating, and anything around a personal movement practice, garden therapy, and peaceful consumption, then feel free to check out Body-Culinary and Discord. You will need to download the Discord app, and I'm the Body-Culinary server on the Discord app. And as well, fill out an application so that that's a Google form, and you'll see the link in the about info so that we can identify a name with the email so that it is a safe space. So do check that out. If you don't already have your copy of Whole Living Foods in the hood with menus to fit your budget, right? All different types of shops and menus for what can you prepare with all this whole fresh living foods, right? Because it's just produce, nuts, and seeds. And there's so much nutrition, so much water, so much fiber, and so much possibilities there. So feel free to get your copy. I put all the things I thought that people would ask me to save you a lot of time and energy. If you perhaps like me have had a tremendous amount of acne and scarring, consider Whole Living Foods as a lifestyle. 100% whole, fresh living, unprocessed foods is what allowed my skin to clear up. And so I also, in the whole process, dumped my shower caddy of all of those products. So now my hair is product free and I'm embracing it. So you can also see inside the book what my hair looked like as someone with very fine hair before I allowed it to lock, and the different foods that I put on my hair and my skin. So Flowah Fit coaching and community. We meet if you're in the private coaching every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's ideal if you're trying to release a whole lot of unhealthful weight and get into shape, start your garden. These are lifestyle practices. So all of that being said, yes, I'd like to see your bags. So this is my most recent, right? And then I've got some tried and true. I've had some bags that I've had for years. This is one of my favorites, and this folds down into nothing, right? And I wash these things all the time. Oh, this one is getting a little frayed. I do have a lot of my bags. I ride my bike a lot, so sometimes they have a tendency to get caught inside the handlebars. What I really like with this one, this is made from recycled plastic bottles, and I can roll it down like this. I have a black one like this as well. This one I really like the pattern. Where's my black one? Must have lent it out to my sister. So these are great because they don't weigh anything. I put if you have kind of wet clothes from the beach, or if you're going to the sea for a sea bath, you can put that in here. You can put your groceries in here. I put all kinds of things. I put lunch in here. So this is a tried and tested and true. This one, I can't even tell you how many years I've had this bag. I have so many of them. Some I've given away. But this bag also is made from recycled plastic. This company makes several of them. I have sold this bag so many times. This bag is years old, and you have the tire marks on it. But I love this company. I don't even know if the tag is still on it from this company, but this is an excellent quality. Oh, this is a Chico bag. I've had so many Chico bags. I love this company. And they're also water resistant. And it also has the little pouch feature so I can make this go into nothing. Also, I've taken this on the airplane. So if I'm carrying my food on the plane on my knapsack, I'll tie it to the side and kind of work it almost like it's not another piece of luggage. Because I don't go near the airport without food. There's no real food in the airport. I'm not going to pay top dollar for stuff that's just totally unhealthy. Then these are easy. These are inexpensive. These are easy to find. They come in different sizes. Sometimes I get really big size of these. They make these even bigger because from time to time I'll put coconuts in these, or if I have something really large, like some baskets I've been buying for a project I've been working on. So these come in different sizes that are really large. And actually, you know what's really interesting? Greens, when you get a huge bunch of greens from the market, these actually keep the greens fresher for whatever reason inside of the refrigerator. So you might want to get some extra, right? Because there's nothing like extending your produce, right? And what other bags do I have? I have a lot of them. And then this one, what's it? One Good Yarn? Is that the name of the company? No, Darn Good Yarn. So one of my favorite clients gave me a gift of these beautiful silk skirts when she was traveling. And this is a company that supports women in business, and they make beautiful silk skirts. They're not saris. They kind of remind you, the fabric reminds you of saris, and it's made of silk. And it's actually really sturdy. And this is an extra bag that I will throw in my other bags to take with me to the market or to put other things in. So these are some of my collection of recycled bags. I really love recycled bags. Also, this one, I have a gigantic one of these because a lot of times I'll get 10 or 20 water coconuts a pop at the market. So usually I will bring my own bags to the market. So that's our bags. I wanted to know, what kinds of challenges are you folks having when it comes to eating healthy? You know, are you having challenges where you say, I'll give up? So let me say, first of all, I am a professional chef and I love to eat. And I come from a family history of folks that are really good cooks, Caribbean and Southern. There's also a tremendous amount of morbid obesity in my family, in my family pattern, as well as the comorbidities, the diseases that travel in packs. And kind of they all hang out and are a side effect of obesity, that being diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure, right? They can have really intense negative side effects to the body. So I also like to eat just like everybody else. And I was a junk food junkie. I'll tell the truth. I was a junk food junkie, and then I transferred all of that junk food that I was eating to health junk at the health food store, and couldn't figure out why my face was looking like Pop Rocks, why my skin was looking like Pop Rocks. So it's one of the reasons why I really appreciate being able to wear my own skin, because I did not like having to wear makeup. So let me know, what kinds of challenges are you all having with eating healthy? I have failed more times than I can imagine. There's really no such thing as failure. There's only really feedback. I will say I had to get very quiet and honest and vulnerable. I was just talking about that at the Harriet Squats workout this morning. It's a workout and it's corrective exercise and coaching. That's at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's in Flowah Fit Coaching and Community on the Discord app. So follow the info in the link. So we were talking about that this morning. A lot of times with being honest, yes, Growing Mom says emotional eating. Is that the challenge that you're having, is emotional eating? So I don't think with a lot of information is really helpful. At the same time, though, you can have those information. It doesn't just disappear like that, because A lot of times these are emotional triggers and they are subconscious and we are on automatic pilot. So it can be really, really challenging. So some of the things that have helped me is education, right? A lot of education over the years. I think fortunately today, your learning curve can be shortened. It doesn't have to take you 10, 15, 20, 30 years to get to a point where you're really eating healthfully. So for example, this is not emotional eating, but I just got this huge mango that's got to be almost like a pound and a half, which is really delicious, which I just paid 75 cents for because it's local. So support your local farmers. So if you're going to eat emotionally, you'd be better off with a mango than all of the starch, and the candies and so on. There's so many delicious things that I'm eating now. If only I had known, I could have saved so much money on so much health junk. I could have saved my skin. I could have saved my teeth. It's a lot of stuff out here. I call them substances masquerading as food. And I used to eat all of them. I see all of them. But also I was vegetarian and I was looking really, really, really chunky and my skin was still jacked up. Now, granted, anything you put in has to come out. It has to come out. So in the coaching, we explore what are some other options to emotional eating. It really takes a lot for many people to even admit, right? Because there's so much guilt and shame is packed into everything these days between religion, politics, the social media, the internet. There's a lot of an undercurrent of guilt and shame. And with guilt and shame, some people think it's positive to shame yourself into something. But if it worked, it would have worked by now. It's not sustainable. I would say a lot of guilt and shame can keep the cycle going of emotional eating where you feel bad about yourself. So then there's going to be a need to soothe yourself and calm yourself. So we go over a lot of that in the morning, in the wee hours when I'm nice and fresh, as we get into our workout. And it's really beautiful. Our movement, I like to say movement practice, vigorous, joyous movement, what many people will call exercise, really big on reframing the narrative. Because the narrative that we have and the emotions that is triggering could really be hindering us from the sustainability and the consistency that is really going to yield the results. As well as, I know we like to think honesty, and yes, honesty, but also a vulnerability, right? It really takes something to be vulnerable in your quiet moments. And I say, I'm all for talking to yourself out loud, right? To work things through, because there are like 20 to 30 different blaring radio stations with instructions and fright and fear and imagery, and we are definitely affected. So talking to yourself, right? Reflecting back to yourself so you can hear your voice clearly can really be helpful. So the grandmom said, I agree. I've been reading Atomic Habits to help me facilitate a better environment for healthy choices when it comes to me being triggered or wanting to reach for sweets. I talk to myself too, child. Don't have no shame over here. It's one thing if, it's not, there's so many different labels and it's definitely so much dysfunction floating around. However, to be intentional about hearing, I like to call it your own onboard divine intelligence, right? There's lots of intelligence and communication. Some people would call it voices. I would say intelligence, right? Because we think in pictures and sounds and vowels and words. So, communicating and reflecting back to yourself out loud can really help you. It can really help pull you out of that automatic pilot, right? Because a lot of times we're on autopilot, especially when it comes to eating. We're in an environment of triggeration, is what I call it. It just trigger at lightning speed, faster than you can even process all day long from the time you turn on these screens. And now the screens have become almost an intrinsic part of our lives today. So everyone has a sweet tooth. Everyone has a sweet tooth. There are so many treats today. There's so many alternatives. And eating healthy does not have to be expensive. It does not. And I go with Grandma Lou. Grandma Lou can feed everybody off of $5. It is possible. However, I think perhaps there are some blind spots that are missing that could really help you get really, really clear and leverage your energy and your economics when it comes to eating healthfully, as well as taking the time to invest in learning other ways to prepare your food. If you learn how to prepare meat and animal flesh and seasoning, all those things, and baking a cake, then you can learn how to work with fresh fruits and vegetables, which is really just a lot of cutting, and understanding, learning about food combinations and balancing out the tastes right? Once you learn those things, those basic skills, and then you learn how to work with the fresh whole ingredients, then it's easy breezy. It's easy sailing. So you said emotional eating. So y'all folks, let me know what kind of challenges are you having with staying committed to healthy eating? What have you tried? What have you tried so far? And how long is it taking you? Or has it taken you to really get grounded in healthy eating? Can you see that you've dropped off a lot of unhealthy habits, like eating late at night? That's a very challenging one for everyone, myself included. I would say I've traded a lot of things off, and the difference with whole living foods is I can really feel my satiation cues, right? I can feel satiation where I couldn't feel it so much with fried substances, dried out substances, things devoid of water with a lot of salt added to it. So I couldn't really feel my satiation cues sometimes until I had eaten too much. So there are some really nice distinctions with whole, fresh living foods. I rather refer to that style of eating more so than just raw vegan. Raw vegan or vegan is just a description and a distinction of what I want on my plate. What I want on my plate. So in any event, today's quickie style, this is my quickie style today because, I'm not spending a whole lot of time on here. I don't mind luxuriating, but I prioritize the garden and my movement practice, both of which I've gotten in. And it's wonderful. You can get consistent. So I'm not concerned about sweating out any hair. It takes me a couple of seconds. So I have two very loose braids, which I had down today, so it wouldn't be on my neck as I was exercising this morning at 5 a.m. And I just took one of those little banana clips, it's the teeniest tiny banana clip, and maybe a couple of pins, and I just took the two braids and I pinned them up. Early, I had a flower on today, and then I decided to sans the flower after I came out of the garden and put these remind me of the old, the Dookie earrings. I don't know if any of y'all can relate. And so I just, I'm working with putting my hair, I think I've got some plant stuff in my hair, off to the side. I'm not slicking down my edges. There have been numerous times I thought about it. However, I'm very intentional. For me, this is my journey. You may feel something different. I'm intentional about embracing my fro, embracing grays. I think there's a gray in there somewhere, in addition to some stuff from the garden. I'm always getting pieces of the oregano bush caught in my hair. So embracing my natural texture. It's very, very fine. All of my locks are super duper flat because my hair is so fine. So I've traded the circumference for flat. And so I'm not fighting against locks because I'm just observing this is what this is what it wants to do. Greetings, Candace, Simone Dancer, sending some positive vibrations. So I don't know about y'all. I don't have the energy to be fighting stuff. I gotta pick and choose. I gotta be picky and choosy about my energy because it's only so many hours in a day. And I have handed back to folks the moving goalposts of beauty and having taking great pride in being a mule and overworking myself to death. It's just not the move. To me, it's played out. I want to play, relax, and lay on the floor and play with my bunnies, or dance around. I've been belly dancing very early in the morning and doing African dance at dawn. Go figure. I like that. That makes me smile. That makes me happy. Creating things, making my waist beads, definitely playing in food. So people have been asking me about these waffles, which I had these waffles in my mind for the longest time. Now, I don't crave sweets all the time. They're not overly sweet, but they were Living Foods waffle. So there's endless, it's just a switch in the channel. There are endless possibilities for eating healthy and really enjoying. I'm telling you, because if I didn't enjoy my food, there's no way I'd be busting out of this little jumper. By the way, it's my little outfit of the day. Cute, functional. Cute and functional. And it's lovely to not have to worry about continually buying more sizes of clothes. I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. Now, granted, there are different phases of life. There's different things coming down the pipeline. So this is more incentive to be about your business, your personal movement practice, right? I invite you to make it the bestest part of your day. Feel free to join me at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2, peaceful consumption. Food that loves you back. What does that look like over here? That looks like it's not depositing a bunch of waste on my waistline. This is my litmus test, right? I'm sharing it with you. There's living water, not just the water out of the filter. We got cute filters. I've had so many filters and juicers, I can't even name them all. But the water, I want the water first out of the fruits and the vegetables, because that's a whole nother standard and level and quality of water, right? That is in a natural package. It's Mother Nature's filtered water that has all kinds of nutrients in one package working in concert and synergy with each other. That's primarily where I'm getting my water from. And then the cleanest water that you can that's available to you. This is what my skin, what all that acne responded to. Not the proactive, not benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, all the stuff in the health food store. That's why I tossed all of that stuff in the garbage. And I just felt like, I don't know, it's overwhelming. I find it very stressful. So anywhere I can eliminate. Now, I don't always call myself a minimalist. However, I want to keep things in my life that I really love and enjoy. So I don't enjoy swimming through a bunch of gels and shampoos, and there's too much. Plus, my hair can't take it. Everything gets caught in this hair. Right now, it's light and it's fluffy. It's been a while now of no oil, and I'm loving it. And then also, if this is different, embracing the fro and what it looks like. But guess what? I still have a hairline. I would have sans hairline if I was still like pulling and tugging. My hair's like, excuse me, sis, please stop pulling and tugging on me because you're hurting me. You're hurting me. Your hair and skin and your stomach, your body's communicating to you all the time. There's a lot of time we are not listening. We are not listening. And so the body says, oh, she's not listening. Let me get her attention. I'm going to get her attention right quick. Let me mutate some of these cells so I can get her attention. So let me know what kind of challenges you're having. Feel free to reach out to me at info@body-culinary.com. Get on the mailing list so you know when there are more workshops. So the Raw Vegan Goddess Cakes workshop is up on body-culinary.com. You don't need a dehydrator for those cakes, and you get a nice idea of how to work with your cakes without any dairy, without any crazy kind of binders or fillers, and no dehydrator, right? We need some really delicious and pretty things to look forward to. That's what's going to help keep you on a straight and narrow. There's also, again, check out Natural Beauty No Products, right? Using the food. The food is your primary product from the inside first. Internal hygiene is first. Not only keeping things, what you're putting in terms of eating, but keeping certain things out of your gut and out of your divine reproductive organs to keep them nice and safe. That's real. Keep people out of your purse, your panties, and your pocketbook. But you heard it here. And then there's Flowah Fit coaching and community. Feel free to fill out the Google form so you can identify a name with an email so that I can verify who folks are. No avatar. I don't see who you are, whatever. I don't welcome that into my space. And I invite women and even parents out there to consider the climate of too much easy access to women, especially Afro women, what that's doing. It's too much erasure. I found, just one woman's experience, too much erasure of healthy boundaries. And so there's a sense of entitlement when folks are communicating with you as if, it's pleasant to have folks to communicate with, but it's also strangers on the internet. And sometimes we get very, very inappropriate, and it's not my vibe. So again, if you're coming over to Harriet Squats, yes, named after Harriet Tubman, 5 a.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time. If you come earlier, around 4:30, there's meditation or really relaxation, deep breathing, and journal writing to really get yourself focused on your goals. So I'm inviting you all to create a great day on purpose. Feel free to let me know what kind of challenges you're having with making a permanent change. Why do you think, if that applies to you, you're not able to sustain healthy eating? What's the blind spot? What's that sticking point? Feel free to share in the comments and comment respectfully and subscribe, and I will see you real soon. Oh, also, check out Quasa, Peaceful Eating with a K, on TikTok. I think I just posted a couple of videos between yesterday and today. Quasa, Peaceful Eating on TikTok, Body-Culinary on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, see y'all soon.